What's going on, hikers? In today's video we're going to be discussing several pieces of gear that I wish I could go back to beginner me before my very first trip and say, look Jeremiah, these pieces of gear would help you increase your quality of life while you're out on trail, because that is actually the mission here on this YouTube channel. And I'm going to start with piece of gear number one. A little bit of a caveat here, but I would say ditch the boots and try out trail runners instead. For me, that actually works really well, but I'm not gonna lie to myself, I still use boots. In fact, I was just on a trip back in New Hampshire and I used boots the entire time and they worked absolutely perfect. So it's gonna depend on the trip, but the vast majority of my trips, I'm using some trail runners. And basically it's like a tennis shoe and a boot that you combine, so the best of both worlds for me. Piece of gear number two, I'm kicking myself for not discovering these years ago. They are puffy pants. And these things, I gotta tell you, keep me super warm around camp. Or I guess if you're doing some deep winter backpacking, you could wear them, but I would suggest using them at your campsite. If you imagine just pants like this puffy jacket, that's exactly what you have here. The brand is Rab. I'll link these and everything that we're talking about today in the description as long as I can find them on today's video sponsor, which is Backcountry, but more on that later. These things, I'm telling you, they keep you super warm. They have a little spandex around the bottom, trapping in the heat. The top has a little built-in belt that you can cinch up. No heat's escaping these things. They're gonna keep you super duper warm too. Piece of gear number three, I actually use it all the time at the house. It is a bidet. Now, not everybody loves a bidet, and the one that I use is a pocket bidet that you can take out on trail with you, but I do have an alternative. It is, I think everybody's familiar with these, just some Cottonelle baby wipes. I go to the travel section of any superstore or even a gas station and you can grab some wipes to take with you. It's a cheap, very inexpensive piece of gear that will help keep you clean. And when you do your business in the woods, you definitely want to wipe your bum with them too. But also, before you go to bed, start with your head and work your way down, just cleaning your body. It's especially important in the groin area to keep you from chafing, as well as your feet. Those two things, I'm telling you, if those two things hurt, you're not gonna have a good time out on trail. Piece of gear number four, as you can see, I'm out here, I'm lounging, I'm comfortable. That's because I'm up off the ground. I'm sitting in my backpacking chair, and for just 1 pound of extra weight, I can have all of this comfort. Now, the alternative to a Helinox Chair Zero, or you can buy a cheaper one out there. Maybe it weighs a little bit more, maybe not. And you can also buy bigger chairs than the one I'm sitting in. But the alternative is a pad, and you can just put that pad on the ground. You can sit on the ground or find you a nice log to elevate you a little bit, but the comforts of a chair, they're pretty hard to beat. And if you're asking, where did I buy this chair? I'll tell you where. I bought this and almost all the other stuff that we're talking about today at backcountry.com. They're today's video sponsor, and I'm gonna help you save some money because I know you're chomping at the bit to buy yourself some new gear. Use my code JeremiahBC15 for 15% off of your first order. Some exclusions do apply, and like I said before, I'll link everything that we talked about today in the description. You can save some money on it if you want to buy it. If you're not sure on which piece of gear that you should get, they have gearheads that are experts in the field, and you can chat with them, you can call them, ask them whatever questions that are intriguing you to help you pick the right piece of gear that's a great fit for you. So I want to say a huge thank you to backcountry.com. Make sure you go to their website. It'll be in the description as well, along with the code that I mentioned, and shop around. Get whatever outdoor needs that you might want. Piece of gear number five, I backpacked for years without one of these things and I really regret it. It is some type of satellite communication device. The one that I'm using is the Garmin InReach Mini. I found that it weighed the least and it done everything that I needed it to do. Now, I will tell you, there is a subscription fee whenever you buy one of these things and you want to be able to text or get weather or that kind of thing. And currently, Garmin has like a low package that has a few features. Then you can upgrade and get like the recreation package, and I think it's like 25 bucks, and you can send about 40 texts a month. Or you can do the expedition package and have unlimited everything, and that is $50. So just buyer beware. These things are absolutely fantastic, and they will allow you to communicate with your loved ones, and they'll also send your location if that's what you want to do, is share that. but you are going to have to pay a subscription fee. I would highly suggest at least some kind of SOS device though, at a bare minimum. That way if you get out there and you get hurt, you can call search and rescue to help get you out of that situation. Our 6th piece of gear, it could be a lifesaver for you if you are prone to blisters. It is a pair of sock liners, and the ones that I'm using are in Gingy, so they are toe socks. They got a little separate part for every toe. Unless you're born with too many toes, then I guess don't buy these, but I would highly suggest them if you are prone to blisters. If you're not, if you don't get blisters, these might give you blisters. You got to do whatever's right for your feet, so probably wouldn't even try them. Now, if your feet get cold, these will also help out, and I even use them around camp sometimes. If I want to throw these on with my down booties, it kind of keeps your booties from getting all sweaty and nasty from those stinky hiker feet. But I do have an answer for that too. I know we said to use wipes earlier, but our 7th piece of gear, I don't feel like enough people suggest this. It is some type of biodegradable soap. I want to add a couple things though. First, you don't want to use this at a water source. So scoop you some water from the water source and take it away from it. Maybe 100, 200 feet to help keep from contaminating it. And second, this thing will help keep you so clean. You ever stop by like a rest area or something on your way back from a backpacking trip and you go to wash your hands, they're absolutely nasty? Well, that's not gonna happen to you out on trail because you're gonna have some soap. You can wash your dishes, you can wash your feet, you can wash whatever you want. I like to keep my hands clean so that I can stay sickness free whenever I'm eating my food. But that's just me. Tell me in the comments below, what pieces of gear did I miss? What should I have added to the list? If you enjoyed the video, give me one of these, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.